Okay, hello YouTube. It's been a second since I've posted a video, so I figured I'd just vlog this, like, morning school day. So I'm just gonna do, like, some voiceovers of some of the courses we did today and what we were working on. So of course you guys just saw that, and then we're coming back down the other way. So our main focus was riding with the outside aids and not letting him fall in through the corners. So there I just didn't release enough, and he caught the rail on the backside because I was trying to land the lead with my hand. So we came back again on the other lead and just worked on riding off the outside aids again, and the distance came up nicer. I didn't ask for the lead change because we were halting, and basically the idea was to halt with my outside aids again so that we could work on ironing out the turns. So then after that, I ended up picking up the canter and coming down to this Swedish Oxer on the quarter line. So coming down here, you can kind of see me suck back a little bit, and then I just pulled, and he took the long for me. He's really good. And so then we halted again with the outside aids, and then just did the same thing again. This time I held my left leg, and so he landed the lead, and then it was a lot better transition. You can see we're kind of tilted towards the fence, but that was kind of the goal. So then we came back down here to the Swedish Oxer again, and you can see that I'm just completely sucked back and not letting him go forward, and I just pulled a nothing, and he saves my butt. And again, we did it. I dropped him at that one, which is fine. I just like showing you guys this stuff so that you can see like our thought process and what we're working on, and that it's not going to be perfect no matter what level. So then that jump was really nice because I counted there, and then I could hold my left leg so we could get the lead change. And then we came back down to our halt again. And then after the halt, I had to pick up the canter, which he doesn't have the best walk to canters, but he's getting a lot better about them. So we just picked up our canter and went forward again. And here you can kind of see me turning too much with my inside aids, so it just worked out a little bit quiet. But it was fine. We just rode away from it and then back down to the halt again. So he doesn't really like to stand still in the halt, so sometimes that's a little bit annoying. So I finished up our halt, and then he wanted to go sideways and like back up because he didn't want to do the canter. And so I just kept pushing, and we got the canter transition. Like I said, they're not perfect. We're still getting there. And then we came around to this brick wall. You can kind of see me start to fall forward a little bit, but I ended up waiting to this distance, and it worked out really nicely. And then we halted after the brick, and then this is me picking up the canter again and coming around to this diagonal one, which I used way too much inside aid for. You can see him fall out, and then he didn't land the lead. And then this was our second to last course, so I wanted to explain how the first half of it was kind of a failure, and then I fixed it in the second half. The first jump was fine. I just didn't use enough outside aid, so he's a little bit crooked. And then again, he didn't want to go forward, but I let him turn sideways. But I corrected it. See, he just does that sometimes because he's still a little bit green. And then this canter transition, I just had him way too much on the forehand, and so he kind of had to like run through it, and I was kind of just bouncing. So we just went forward again. You could see him kind of just falling to the inside, which was fine. So I just closed my outside leg through this turn, and I just kind of fiddled with my hands a little bit. That jump was fine. I made the distance work. And then you can see I used I just pulled too much with that outside one, so we ended up just like going, instead of laterally, he just like moved his front end over. He got a nice halt though. And then I think and then he didn't want to do the canter transition here, so we almost crashed into the fence. And I was like, come on, let's go. You can kind of see me kicking him, and then I finally got after him. We went forward. Really messy canter transition. And then we were coming up another diagonal, and you can see that I just used way too much inside rein. You can't see my outside elbow back, so then he ended up drifting, and then it made that distance really gappy, and I kind of just threw myself at it. And so at this point, I was like, okay, get your shit together. Like, it wasn't that bad, but there was so much more I could be doing better. So we picked up our canter again, and you can see me just literally just shove my inside hand forward because I didn't want to mess with him anymore on the inside. So it was not pretty, but it was just exaggerating it so that would work. And then there, the distance would have been there. I just wish I didn't pony kick. And then we halted, and this was the halt that I wanted the whole time, so I was really happy about that. You can see he actually stood still. And then here I had to get after him again because he was kind of tired at this point. And so, yeah, there's that. And then we just cantered again and went forward, and you can see my exaggerated inside hand again, just to keep him balanced to the outside. The distance was not perfect, but then he landed the lead unlike the previous time. So then this was our last course, so we just put together like a couple of jumps that we had already done without the halts. So I rode up to this one, and you can see me just sit there and do nothing. Afterwards, he kind of fell in, which was the opposite of what we were trying to do. So my trainer made me go back and re-ride that at the end of the course. But after that, it all kind of ironed itself out. I quieted my inside hand again now that I had like gotten that part out of the way. But you can see that that turn was much better, and you can see me hold my outside rein, which is what we were looking for. So that jump came up a lot nicer for him. And then we got a good lead change, and we were just gonna keep going, no more halts. And then there goes the camera. And then we came back up the brown plank again. You can see my outside arm bent, which was exactly what we wanted, because then he could go forward and hunt out that distance. And then this was me rewriting the first jump a lot better. He was a really good boy, and this is all still like a learning curve for both of us because he's green and I'm still figuring him out. But I was really pleased with that session. Smile. 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 Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and also welcome to all the new subscribers. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.